And we all know whenever Jake fights, the one name that's attached to him, KSI.
Mm.
And I wanted to ask you, in the perfect world, who do you think would be next for Jake Paul and KSI until they finally meet up and match up? Like, who do you think? Maybe
Depends on
not.
what you mean by a perfect world, because in my perfect world, Jake fights Tommy next, just because that's the fight I've been wanting to see for a while.
Okay, Jake fights Tom. Then who would KSI fight next in January? Oh, did Wade cut off?
I think the internet disconnected. I'll be coming back here.
Well, intermission, I guess, from the podcast so far. It's going amazing. Let's hope he joins back soon. Let me send him a little text on Twitter. Not great, dude. A little halftime show on No Limits. It's okay. we're not stressing. We're not stressing. Just waiting for Wade. But yeah, Manny, what do you think of Wade so far?
Super
First time meeting him, talking to him.
Explosive type of personality too, but just real down to earth type of guy. You know, not superficial at all, and he actually, talks about different people and things like that accordingly. He's not biased at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely, great dude.
Super cool dude.
All right, we're gonna wait for Wade to come back. Until then, Wade is back.
Sorry, if this thing dies again, my fault.
No worries, Wade. We missed you already, bro.
I can tell, huh? I can tell.
I'm missing.
We had to have a little halftime show on No Limits. It's fine, no stress.
So sorry, we were talking about who's KSI's next opponent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do you think it should be?
Honestly, man, it's tough when you talk about KSI's next opponent, because for him, I'm gonna get triggered if this isn't fixed. For him, it's gonna be a combination of who makes sense as a main event, and you're seeing the struggles of that with Jake not selling as well as he wanted to with Anderson, and who makes sense competition wise. I think a guy like Joe Fournier would be good for KSI, because it is a level of competition in boxing. And shit, that might be a tougher matchup, to be honest. But it probably makes more sense if you're looking at how he gets to Jake. I guess the Tyron Woodley fight, man. I hate that for him, because he's basically having to fight Jake before he fights Jake, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And it's like, I don't think he gets as much from that, as far as like, okay, you didn't beat him the way Jake beat him, so here's this. Now you got to prove this and prove this. So it's like, but that seems like the way, if you're trying to make a linear kind of path, like that would seem like the way, Tyron Woodley.
And then you think, you think Jake versus Tommy Fury, KSI versus Woodley, and then they meet up?
Yeah, that would be the idea, right? Jake versus ex-opponent in February, maybe. They get him back in was it 4 months or maybe March, and then KSI in January, and then they meet up July sometime, August. Do it, hopefully, I don't know where actually. Probably they do it in the UK.
Okay, so what's it called? Oh, you mentioned Joe Fournier. In my opinion, I'm predicting that's KSI's next opponent. I'm not saying I want that to be KSI's next opponent. I really do believe that's who it's gonna be. I know who Joe Fournier is. I know he fought on Jake's undercard when he fought Ben Askren. He's
it was so weird. He fought on the undercard, and wasn't Jake's girlfriend his girlfriend at the time?
Yeah, exactly. It was super.
They were like beef, because they like did it on purpose to set up beef, and then the beef, I don't know, it never happened. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. So, and I heard his record is filled with bums. You can correct me on that. It is, right? So, and I don't know if Joe Fournier is really like an interesting guy, if he has that clout. The KSI, it seems like he's giving out some free clout right now.
Yeah, listen, well, here's the hard part for KSI is there's no one that's going to be his level of clout, right?
Yeah.
Like, who do you go and fight that's like Andrew Tate? Sure, maybe, but
yeah,
I
would love that.
That'd be pretty sick. Yeah,
it's tough, because I think Andrew Tate's a tough fight, man. As much as people don't like that guy, he is a tough fight for guys that aren't experienced, and especially that are undersized. KSI would be undersized in that fight by a pretty.
I think that's why he's not doing it. He said he's underweight.
Yeah, so if you're looking at it, I don't know if that's the smartest fight for them to take, because Tay is experienced, boxing, kickboxing, even a bit of MMA that people don't remember, but he did some, which I think is why he makes a better matchup for Logan. But For KSI, it's like either Woodley, Fournier. Tommy Fury maybe is another guy that would stick there too. If it's me, it's either one of those three because I don't think anybody else right now, outside of maybe Nate Diaz, but I feel like that him and Jake are destined versus him and KSI. So those are the three I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I tweeted out earlier that we should push for KSI versus Tommy Fury, and I know that the Misfits 4 event is in America, and Tommy can't go to America. But I was insinuating that like I think a fight that big is worth it to move it back to the UK so they could get KSI versus Tommy Fury going. That's the fight.
Listen, I'll be commentating Tommy's fight here in Dubai, so we'll see how he looks, and then. Yeah, who knows? I have no idea what's going to come next for Tommy, but he seems like he wants both of those fights. It seems like there's more venom there with him and Jake once again.
That's true.
But Jake can't fight everybody, right? So you got to find something. Or maybe
Yeah.
you can. I don't know.